Let's go! And I'm going to start by making the best jump possible. Up, 1, and a 2, and a skiddly diddly doo. It's been a while since I've done a live stream. And I will admit, I'm pretty hyped. And this time, I'm finally going to get to play Psychonauts, and this time I checked to make sure that the audio quality should be good.
The human mind. 600
This is like the fourth time I've watched
synaptic
this.
fiber, 5.5 ounces of cranial fluid, 1,500 grams of complex neural matter, a 3-pound pile of dreams. But I'll tell you what it really is. It is the ultimate battlefield. And the ultimate weapon. The wars of this modern age, the psychic age, are all fought somewhere between these damp, curvaceous undulations. From this day forward, you are all psychic soldiers, paranormal paratroopers, mental marines who are about to ship out on the adventure of a lifetime. Oh. This is our beachhead. And this is your landing craft. You shall engage the enemy in his own mentality. Oh. You shall chase his dreams. You shall fight his demons. You shall live his nightmares. And those of you who fight well, you will find yourselves on the path to becoming international secret agents. In other words, Psychonauts. The rest of you will die! Or else you will die. Oh, Maury.
Children, you are not going to die.
Well, if you're not a psychonaut, then you might as well be dead.
They told me this was a summer camp. Ah, Dogen. Don't worry about old Coach Oleander. I've been coming here for years. And trust me, nothing ever happens.
Yeah, Dogen, Lily's right. You don't got nothing to worry about. Except for that giant monster in the lake I was telling you about.
Oh no, lake monster.
I told you to stop scaring people with that ridiculous old legend. I don't want the kids to be afraid to go out at night and walk alone on the perfectly safe paths of Whispering Rock Psychic Summer Camp. And we don't want to scare our special guests, superstar Psychonauts Sasha 9 and Mia Vodello.
Whoa! Light monster!
Everyone's panicking.
Resisting. Quick, bring it over here.
What is it?
It's just a little boy. What's your name, darling?
I'll find out.
Can't get in.
My name
Starts with a D.
is Rasputin. But everybody calls me Raz.
Please don't kill us, Light monster!
Compelling. Armored like a tank.
Sorry I'm late. I don't want to disrupt your briefing, Agent Oleander. Agents 9, Vodello, please, continue.
Where do you think you're going?
You've broken into a highly classified remote government training facility.
I know. Isn't it great?
It's pretty great.
Listen, why don't I just sit over here quietly with my fellow psychedets? Hey, how's it going? I like your hat.
We need to have this young man taken from here immediately.
I'll call his parents.
What? But don't you train psychonauts here?
Yes, darling, but...
To soar across the astral plane. To wage psychic warfare against the enemies of free thought.
That is what I wrote on the front of the
But what about on
pamphlet.
the inside?
Those words are why I'm here, Coach Oleander. Do you remember,
remember
what you
what
wrote
I
on
wrote
the
on the
inside,
inside of the
that
pamphlet?
You were born with a special gift. But the people around you treat it like a curse.
It's a curse.
Your mother is
Mother
afraid
looks
of you.
afraid of
And your
And
father,
your father
looks at you with shame,
in his eyes.
Come to Whispering Rock Psychic Summer Camp,
Camp.
and you can show them
Show
all.
them all.
Back home, your powers make you a loner, an
An
outcast,
outcast.
a
A
circus freak. But in this dojo,
In this psychic dojo,
they make you
a hero.
a hero.
Get that soldier a bunk.
It never matters how many times.
Now, darling, you can
How
stay
many
here
times
for a
I
few
listened to
days
that.
until your parents come for you, but we can't let
I
you
can always feel
participate
it.
in any paranormal training without your parents'
Every
consent.
time, without
sorry.
fail.
Wowie, you're so lucky. You get to go home soon.
Home?
I kind of want to just play through
Back
this
there,
until I
was
beat the
just
game.
like you were, Dogen. Punished by my own family for having
Oh,
powers
hey.
I never asked for.
What's up, Uni-san? What's up, Shima?
But here,
Welcome.
I have a chance to be something. To
Oh,
make
now
a
we finally get to
difference.
chat.
They may come
How
for
you
me,
guys
Dogen,
doing?
but they'll be looking for Raz, the boy. What they're going to find, what they don't expect, is Raz,
The Psychonaut.
And then
Oh, this
you'll
isn't
make their
the,
heads explode?
No. Do you do that?
No. Well, once kinda.
Oh, how's the audio, by the way?
Now I wear this special hat. Wanna try it on?
No.
But he has mental defenses like I've never seen in someone so young. If I could just get him in my lab for some experiments, I'm sure he could withstand more than the others.
That kid's 1 in a million, Nine. But I'm not gonna let you turn him into one of your guinea pigs.
Mia is just standing there.
I've got
Blank
big
face.
plans for that mind.
Awesome. My video on this did not turn out so good. I am honestly so shocked that I have as many views on that video as I do, given how bad the audio quality is in it. But you can see all 3 of the attempts, well, 2 of them. One of the attempts I just saved over one of the things that was there. But then I ended up deleting that attempt, or not deleting it, but this is 2 attempts. This is 1 attempt, and here is where the stream's gonna go. And this time, I'm actually gonna name it. I'm so glad that the audio quality is good. Oh. I didn't... Whoops. I guess I pressed the wrong button.
All right, settle down in here. Big day tomorrow. I want to see each and every one of you runs in my classroom at 0600
I recall
hours on the
back
dot.
when it was
I'm
on
the
Xbox,
and you're the
when he
word.
says,
Got it?
settle down in here,
Lights out.
the ambience in the background with all the crickets and everything just immediately stopped. Maybe they fixed that. I thought it was hilarious in the original. But, yeah, this is, like, my absolute favorite game of all time. There's a number of reasons, but I really do very much associate with the whole brain power kind of thing. If I had one superpower, I would definitely want it to be like being psychic. An Esper. Oh, that'd be cool. Who needs weapons when you can burn people with your brain? That character there is pretty important to the story. Oh, right. This is all just,
I have to do that before my dad shows up to take me home.
Oh, yeah. So that part is plot. The rest of it was just sort of saying, these are the collectibles in the game. For the most part. So, how are you guys doing? Man, I absolutely love the character design. It's so unique for the time period. I mean, the graphics were terrible, and they were well aware of that, so they took it to the furthest extent they could. And then there's all of the interactions you actually get to see with the characters that really make it feel like a summer camp. Something about it really brings me back to my time at summer camp. All of the weird little cliques that were forming of people of same interests, along with all the drama, of which is all on full display. So first you got this kid.
You know that cabin is empty, right? Duh. I'm practicing for tonight, when it's gonna be full of ladies. That kind of thing takes practice?
Nope. This is all new content that I am
Let me
making.
watch R-rated movies, so I think I know a little bit more about this than you do, okay?
Yeah, that was definitely something I remember from summer camp.
Possibly mean the best.
That one kid that was like into R-rated movies and definitely watching things that they really shouldn't have been, and definitely huge perverts, even for like 13 years old. Messed up times, I tell you. Messed up. Oh, I missed. But, that was definitely something I recall from summer camp. The one weird kid, let's be honest, I was the weird kid. I was off sitting by myself, digging a hole.
I would never do that. I could never
This is actually
kill everyone.
kind of plot relevant, though.
Oh, hi, Raz.
I don't think I'm ever going to be able to fully recreate the,
Whatever they tell you. It's
things I
a
said in the video. That was definitely something that I can't verbatim recreate.
I'll meet you up there as soon as I get these guys to shut up. Shut up!
From summer camp? No, actually. Summer camp is one of my fonder memories. Nah, not yet. Soon. Back in the days when I was at war. Painful times. Don't worry, we'll get there. But first, I want to run around the area and listen to all of the people. Oh yeah, right. He may have accidentally made all the squirrels explode. Using his mind. The power of telekinesis. Man, can you imagine war as a psychonaut? Just bending spoons and looking like you're thinking way too hard?
So, you dating Elka?
Very intense for sure.
Does that mean we won't hang out as much?
Shoot, I reckon things ain't gonna change one bit. Doggone it, partner. No woman's never gonna...
Hey, you're gonna make my boyfriend late for class.
Now I'm like my brain is all over the place now.
On.
I'm still sort of thinking back to my days at summer camp. But yeah, there's a lot I can kind of relate to with, you know, where you've been, so I feel you, dude. But there's only so much I can really do for other people. I've already learned it's not the best idea to put my all into specific individuals. I've learned that time and time again. But I'll do what I can. It's fine. We all have our own stories. And I think, yep, level up. Nice. Now I just need to get that card, then there's one more card I need to collect, then I'm gonna start the first level. Let's see here. What else is going on in my brain? Today I've just been sort of swamped with a lot of stuff. I was actually intending to start the stream like 12 minutes prior to when I did, but hey, the fact that I managed to start within a reasonable time frame, I need to jump there, is pretty good in my book. I mean, considering all the times I've gone to streams and waited in the lobbies for stream to start, I'd say this is definitely a reasonable amount of time. Oh, there is one card that I can't get just yet. So once I go up here... Yeah, I'm gonna 100% this. I wonder if I should do this all in one sitting. Probably a bad idea. But yeah, there's a card over there that I can't get yet. Let's see here. I honestly like most games, so I'm happy to play... Where to start? City builders, first-person shooters, strategy, RTS. Honestly, there isn't a type of game... Oh, horror, puzzle. I love puzzle games. Oh no, it's frozen.
Frozen in a big block of ice.
And, no problem. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to the channel, and thank you for coming. Pretty much any game you suggest, there's a good chance I'd be willing to give it a shot. Though it does help if I already own the game. I have a pretty large collection already, but, currently I'm not really making much in terms of, any money right now. I, need to get a new job. That's a whole story on its own. But, you know, streaming's definitely something that I really want to do, and I have every intention of working on. Oh, there's 2 other sets of people I haven't talked to.
The Whispering Rockers.
They're trying to come up with a band name.
Oh, what? That's my band name idea. Why aren't you guys in Coach Oleander's class?
Are you kidding? A kid got killed in that class last year.
I heard it was a bunch of kids, Phoebe.
Well,
And I heard it was a bunch of blind
and
kids.
the coach threw him off a cliff.
Yeah, because they were late for class.
You better hurry, kid.
Why blind
Now,
kids, though?
Where were we, Quinn?
Levitators.
Good times. Yeah. It very much was retail. It was sort of a mutual decision between myself and my manager. I really loved the, people running the, particular store, but the manager, the middle manager, if you will, just was not too keen on me not liking the way we did certain things. There was a lot of inefficiency, a lot of things we did which were just plain pointless, and... Well, it isn't that they were pointless, it was that it was just the most straightforward and inefficient way to do these things. Oh yeah, he's looking for a hairless bear. I'll explain that later. But, yeah, my manager and I did not see eye to eye, and, for that, we agreed it was best that I part ways. Also, management, like, just the middle management team made me feel like I was dirt beneath them, and they frankly could not care less about if I worked hard or not, and I always tried to do my best.
Death trap for crazy people. Listen, the coach is strong. At the start of class, he pulls you into his mind, and then there's
We'll see.
nothing
I
you
hope
can do
so.
about it. But once
I
you're
have
in, you can use these
big
skills.
aspirations of, you know,
Take mine.
having a positive impact on other
Call my
people.
parents to come get me
The way I see it, most streamers these days are all about just being goofy and having fun, and I can't help but feel like I'm watching other people live their best lives while I'm left behind, and I don't like that. Nor do I want to be in the position where I'm doing the same thing as them.
Hey, leave him alone.
Look, bullies.
I heard a rumor you were raised in the circus.
That is an accurate fact.
Let me put this in terms you'll understand.
He was raised in the circus.
I'm the strong man around here.
Really? Because you look more like the cotton candy.
There's no telling when your career is gonna start.
Put this kid
I feel like I've been
to
wasting
do
my life for a long time.
Come on, we'll see him in class.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell where we're gonna go.
This on the
The future's never clear. The one thing I have learned is that absolutely nobody knows what they're actually doing. And anyone who tells you that they know exactly what's going on is either very aware of their situation and knows some of what's going on, but not everything, or they're outright faking it till they make it, so to speak. And, yeah, I don't know. Right now, I'm still working towards a specific goal. To be seen by lots of people and to have my message put out there. That we're all in this together. And life's crazy, but there's ways to get out of that darkness. Even so, I don't like the way that streaming's been going lately. It feels like it's starting to stagnate, and I'm just getting real bored of it all. So, the problem is, innovation is not an easy task. So, it's a lot of shots in the dark, uncertainty about where I'm going, and uncertainty of where the future's going. Oh, she just said take a picture, it'll last longer. Oh, she's not in the... She's gonna try and send thoughts into space. Oh boy. Balls to walls on spray and pray. You mean in terms of content creation? To be fair, the way the algorithm is currently sorted, the best way to be noticed on YouTube is to make what is effectively trash content that's very easy to make and very easy to listen to. I've been experimenting a fair bit. I'm only a year older than you. I'm 28. And I have spent most of my life just doing what other people have told me to. Like, as far back as I can remember, I've been put on, like, different medications. And in high school it was particularly bad because I was put on several medications that I just had no reason to be on aside from they balanced out other medications for ADHD. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Oh. The one piece of advice I would give you is, you know how they say, oh, you're over 25? Oh, boomer. Don't go into any stream with that kind of mentality because most people don't actually even hit their stride until their 30s. And all the way up to that, it's just complete insanity, disappointment, and chaos. And the best way to overcome it is just know that you don't know where you're going and take a brave step forward as soon as you can. And as much as you can. Also, find what you love. Oh god, that's so cliched, but it's so true. I hate it when that happens, when things that are just crazily cliched are absolutely accurate.
I'm ready, sir.
Well then. You're late, soldier. Now get in here.
But, you know, no worries, kid. It's time to jump in to the mental world. This game came out in 2005. Can you believe that?
So, this is it.
Crazy stuff.
The mental world.
There's also a lack of people that, you know... No, actually, there's a couple. People that are very... Like, they take their streaming seriously and they like to be mature about it. There's nothing wrong with being silly, but being grounded is important. Ah, mental freedom. Which of us will chicken out?
I'd like to chicken out, please.
Chicken.
But you said...
There's only one way out of here. Fighting.
Yeah.
Chickens to sock me square in the jaw. I warn you. Once you do,
It's war. Of course you realize what this means.
let's go.
I just want to take a moment again to admire the propaganda going on here. I want you, and he's Uncle Sam. I probably should have mentioned,
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, go, go.
Oh, there he goes. And pay attention to that background. Poof. It's now different.
What obstacle course is this?
The magic of the mind.
Kid just got killed.
Nothing's real there, but everything is real there.
Bleeding heart.
Which,
He's not dead. His astral projection just got kicked out of my mind.
oh no, his astral projection.
Astral projection out of here too if you don't get moving right now.
I'm gonna kick your astral projection. But this, I believe, is a, yeah, this is a landing craft. a World War II era landing craft. More or less. A little bit more, intensified, but a lot of the stuff that's in this game is, like, simultaneously full of... I don't know how to best describe it. Philosophical, hypothetical, and... No, none of those are the word I'm looking for. Metaphorical, that's it. So a lot of the visuals in this game are metaphorical, and they take a literal twist to it all, which I sincerely love. I think it's amazing that they do that.
You can run right through figments. They help you rank up, and when you rank up, you earn new psychic powers. So whenever you see a figment, suck it up, soldier. Come on.
Suck up all the figments.
Get that figment. Be a biggie pig.
All of his talking is always... Man, I want to talk more, but I don't want to talk over him.
Kid, why don't you make yourself useful? Sort some of it out while you're in here.
Oh,
Keep your eyes peeled for a tag that
I can explain them to you. Oh, I don't know. I can't remember the word I just said. It was... I've already forgotten. I couldn't remember it to begin with, and now I've forgotten it again as soon as I said it. Metaphorical. So, concepts that are intended to describe something without being literally that. So, for example, emotional baggage. Emotional baggage is normally concepts and things that are upsetting from your past that you hold on to, and they build up in your mind. They weigh you down. That's where the term emotional baggage comes from. So with this, when you need to sort it out, you get a baggage tag. But in reality, when you have emotional baggage, you need to sort through it by thinking about how it affects you and rationalizing the reality of the situation. Perhaps something that seems completely unfair happened. Maybe it was a mistake you made, or maybe it was something that happened to you that maybe you blame yourself or you blame others for that impairs your ability to move forward. So, stuff that happens to you and you feel sad about it, and you let it control you, that becomes emotional baggage. So the way you get rid of emotional baggage is thinking about it, realizing it's not your fault, or there was nothing else you could do about it, and sort of forgiving yourself for the past. Or whatever else you may need in order to get through it. It's all mental health stuff, so perhaps someday it'll really help you. I know that I really didn't start realizing how much emotional baggage I had until I was, like,
You hit that ladder hard, son.
late teens, so 18, 19, around there. But, it's all about, you know, when the moment comes where you realize you feel bad about something, figuring out how to get through it. I think I saw Bobby Zilch just there. The bully from the last area. I guess it does sound kind of magical. But these are, like, actual things. It's just you don't see them. But they have quite an impact on a lot of people. And people you might think wouldn't be impacted by them sometimes end up that way just because it impacts the way we interact with others. So, when you're spending time with other people, if they have emotional baggage that's weighing them down, they may have a tougher time, you know, interacting with you. They may make more mistakes because they don't know what to do about the mistakes they made before. And I think, I've already done this. I might as well do it more. You know?
We can't get past this.
He's a bully. I will analyze him in a minute.
Looks like a test.
I did that in the video, too.
What's that supposed to mean? You think you're more advanced than me, new kid?
Sorry, what?
I'm not stupid. You're stupid. The coach is stupid. The whole camp is stupid. That thing flying at you is stupid.
What's flying at me?
Bobby Zeltz's foot, that's what! You stupid new kid! Yeah!
Bullies are a prime example of what happens when emotional baggage is sitting in the back of your mind, or the back of their minds.
I was saving this plant.
Never seen one so meaty before.
That's Lily. She is also
It's
important.
been appearing in this creepy nightmare I keep having.
You're having nightmares? Oh, I've been reading about how to fix those. Will you let me see one?
His hubris. Raz is still young and immature. But, yeah, bullies hurt others because they don't know what to do about their own pain. And Bobby Zilch there started deflecting everything that Raz said because he thought he was being insulted. Because Raz said, there must be a more advanced route. Which Bobby took as, you can't figure this out.
You'll have plenty of time to stand around when you're dead.
That's rough. You'll get through it. Hopefully. Something I've learned is there's no telling what comes next. Retail sucks.
Onward and upward, soldier.
So, there's always that to keep in mind. Though, I will admit, it's through hardship and learning to overcome it that we become stronger. So, as long as you keep toughing it out, and as you progress, keep thinking about what's happening, even if it's a little painful, you need to understand that, from a rational perspective, it's rarely your fault. The victim or the person getting hurt is rarely at fault. But keeping in mind what's going on and what you can do to... What's retail? Working in a shop, basically. So, if you're stacking shelves at a Walmart or keeping clothes on hooks in a clothing store, that's all retail. Some of the jobs that are super important to society moving forward are just daily life. Yeah, the jobs that are important to daily life that you don't think about, those are things that are just really painful because they're important and they need to get done, but they don't pay very well, and the pressure put on you is never fun. Even so, I'd say it's a decent starting position, like just learning how the world works to some extent. It also gives you a chance to interact with people out in the world. So, I'd say it sucks, but it also has its importance. Mental health is a journey that most people have to go on at some point. There's no telling when you're going to have to start that journey, but when you do, you'll be mostly on your own. Well, that's my experience. A lot of the stuff I've been through, I've had to go through on my own because, you know, just a lot of stuff. My parents, like, they've been there, but they've not been there. My dad's been rarely at home. My mom has her own stuff going on. So, pretty much every time I've had a hardship, I've been more or less on my own. So, self-reliance is what I've gained out of all of this. And also an understanding that the world is a weird, weird place. I still have a lot to think about. I do try and be sincere. That's honest. But I don't know where my life is going, and I don't know how what I'm doing now will affect my future.
Now that kind of wall, you can climb it up, down, sideways, whatever way you want. Just get on it, quick, like a monkey.
Yeah, that's, understandable.
Slow down, kid. If you pass me over, they can look down, and Bobby will pound you down.
It's game day, kid.
Don't assume people are doing better than you. If someone else looks like they're doing better, there's a good chance they're just keeping an appearance. And that's something I learned while working. It's that, there's a lot of us that are pretending to be doing great, but in reality, a lot of us are suffering a whole lot more than it may appear. Also keeping in mind that doing all this, sitting and typing is a lot easier than actually talking. That is something that I've also learned. And for me to stand up here in front of multiple people and have my voice heard, it's stressful, but it's something that I know needs to be done. If it were up to me, or actually it is up to me entirely, I guess if I thought that someone else could do what I believe needs to be done, then I'd probably be doing something else. However, there's a lot of people that are left behind. Exactly. There's a specific term for that, smiling depression. It's something that happens when someone sort of learns that it's so much more painful to show people that you're depressed that you feel the need to hide it. It is the most dangerous kind of depression, and it is something that I've personally had to deal with. It is scary, to say the least. There's a lot of aspects to depression that are very scary, and the worst part is that you feel frozen. Like you can't actually do anything about it. This is a pretty good example, or not example, metaphor of how I feel about what it is that I want to do. Where I am Rasputin, and I'm trying to lead other people through a dangerous path. It's stressful to say the least, but I've been here before. But the thing is, I can't have everyone relying on me completely. Because one person at a time, I can probably handle. But I want to impact the lives of thousands. Thousands upon thousands, if possible. And that means I need to figure out a good way to give directions without giving directions.
Good hustle out there. Hey, this is for helping me out. Okay, bye.
Yay! I got arrowheads. And I'm also gonna get these. Because figments are great. I'm going to... Actually, I think there's a place over here that I can collect that. There it is. Okay. Yeah. Most people... It's really tough to say most people, or give any statements that sort of cover a lot of people. Because everyone is very different and has lived their own life. You know how they use the term snowflake to describe people? And they're all very much the same? Well, I think snowflake is the perfect term because every snowflake forms differently up in clouds. Because of whether it's higher up or lower down, floating around in a cloud as it grows to a complete snowflake before it falls, it'll change shape, and it's all based on where it was, what conditions it was under, how it formed. Just like with people, it's all about how we learn, what we've been through, our experiences. But at the end of the day, every snowflake is made of ice, and every person is made of human. If that makes any sense. I hope it makes sense.
Hey, no one told me to pack a chute.
Did Washington have a chute when he crossed the Delaware?
That doesn't make any sense. Washington didn't need a chute when he crossed the Delaware. That was a river. I know so many weird facts. I wonder how many people are watching right now. Well, I've got you guys, so I'm happy.
Maybe you'll be able to beat.
Yeah, we're no good, and the coach won't open the gate until some.
Yay,
Just punch that to start.
Okay. Now I need to do the punching. So I may not be able to read whilst I punch. Sorry, I got lost in thought again. What? I read, like, 2. I need to get 20. Oh. There's an achievement for being able to beat this game like 5 times. This mini-game specifically. And it gets insanely difficult. I wonder if I'll be able to get it. Or to beat the achievement. I was never able to beat it on Xbox 360 or... I don't think there were achievements on Xbox. I don't recall. It's been a long time. Oof. I can say, from my experience with content creation, I spent... How long did I spend with my first avatar? It was definitely around 6-7 months before I decided that avatar was terrible and I started looking for a new way to have an avatar. I started off as a vegetable, can you believe that? Just a sentient vegetable with eyes, no mouth. I did all of the emotions through eyes. And what I learned from that is that when you start out, you're gonna suck. And the time you spend on it is really important. Even if it feels like you're wasting your time, the reality is everything you do is a learning experience and it's a chance for you to gain more ability. So even if you spend a lot of time on a project, what you learn from that project will help you in future projects. Then you keep getting better and better and better. With the first thing I did, the first avatar I used, I couldn't break 30 subscribers on Twitch. I had plenty of people come in, be like, dude, you're weird, and then leave. So there was a lot of criticism. But pushing through it and learning what did work, what didn't work, realizing there's a lot of things I was doing that I was proud of, but just they weren't good. And being able to reflect on myself and realize what I'm doing here sucks was one of the most painful things I could have done, but at the same time, it helped me grow. I realized, yeah, it sucked, but that doesn't mean I'll suck. It just means I need to keep working. The most painful thing you need to do is self-reflecting and sincerely understanding the mistakes you've made, even if they didn't feel like mistakes at the time. That's fair. Look at how long Oleander's legs are. What a tall, handsome man that's clearly in the army. And also in the... I think he's paratrooping, therefore in the Air Force. And also in the Navy. Yeah, YouTube is weird like that. If you look at the views on a lot of my videos, rarely do any of them actually break 20. I actually didn't start YouTube this year. I have some videos that I took down because they were just terrible. I started way back at the golden age of, like, when YouTube was getting really big. And then I put it all aside. I stopped doing YouTube videos because I was worried about high school classes. Because my dad was giving me a bit of pressure. I probably could have been one of the biggest YouTubers. But I'm proud that I'm not. Because I think that had I ended up in YouTube at that time, I would end up just like the people that are there now that I don't think are doing a great job. That I think could be doing more, or doing things differently. So, Yeah, I could be doing better, things could be different, but I'm not going to worry about what could be, and just think about what I can do now. Also, thumbnails are such a weird art. If you look at how thumbnails are formatted, and then take into account all the aspects that make certain YouTube channels big, it's such a weird situation. Run, bunny! Oh no, the bunnies! They're not running fast enough! No, bunnies! When did I pick up the hat rack, or hat box tag? Of course. I will do my best. I feel like that's something that, all the big YouTubers say. The most important thing for me specifically to remember is everyone that's suffering right now, and all the people that I have sworn to help. If I ever lose myself and become one of the big names that just does stuff for fun and stops caring about all of the thousands and thousands of people that are left behind, that means I've failed. I can't let that happen. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world that someone needs to do something about. The thing is, it's so difficult to get by. There's so much stress, pain, and anger that most people just become jaded. They find their way to a happiness, and then they stay there. They don't worry about anyone else. Some of them try to be a bit more philanthropic. A philanthropist is someone that helps others for nothing in return. But, oof. Well, when that happens, you have to stay defiant and prove that you're better, and then reflect on what you've done and see if you can do it better. They all laugh until you do something amazing. That's, kind of the way things go. I've certainly had my fair share of flops. The important part, though, is that you keep going. Alright. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Take care, Shima. Man, this is getting so much more heavy than I thought it'd get. Though, then again, I did expect it to get pretty heavy, I just didn't realize I would end up talking about some of the things that I've been talking about. Yep. That pretty much defines my entire life, so keep moving. You'll find light soon enough. And by soon enough, I mean more eventually. There's really no telling, honestly. You have... like, I can't say I know what's coming or what will happen in the future because, frankly, the future is a mystery. The important part is that you just keep going because eventually things will get better. Just like if you keep taking chances. If you keep rolling dice, eventually you'll get what you're looking for. So, keep trying. Unfortunately, I can also say with complete honesty that you're gonna get a lot of stuff you do not want. Every chance. Have you ever rolled a 20-sided die? A D20 as we call them in tabletop? Well, every time you roll the die, you have just as much chance of rolling a natural 1 as you do getting a critical 20. So, when you do fall, brace yourself. It's gonna happen a lot. When I started making... I graduated high school back in 2013. And I was making YouTube videos back around then. And I'd say that I didn't like them that much, but at the same time, I had some good ones and I had some terrible ones, and I kept going, and then I stopped. But it wasn't just YouTube videos that I tried and failed at. When it came to graphic design, it did not take me long at all to realize just how much I sucked at it. I am not a good graphic designer. I do not have the skills, I do not have the talent. And frankly, I don't enjoy it either, and that means I don't practice, and if you don't practice, you don't get better. And when you start at anything, literally anything you want to start, you're gonna suck at it. But with time and practice, you start getting real good. If you ever played a rhythm game, and you start off struggling with playing the first level, then over time, as you keep practicing, you get faster and better at doing it. You can visibly see the improvements you've made. Hey, check it out. There's some memories hidden behind a mental cobweb. Isn't that fun? He's hiding something away. Something he'd rather not remember. But in any case, I'd say keep working at it. If your animations aren't getting compliments or you don't think that you're doing as well as you could, keep working at it. Start looking at videos, thinking about how you can improve. Another thing that helps is trying things that other people have done. Learning from others is a big part of improving yourself. I can say with certainty that I would not be where I am now without watching tons and tons of VTubers. I am personally a very big HoloLive fan, and I think that of the members of HoloLive, or even the Holo Stars, the best VTuber is still Gargura. She is someone that has managed to capture the emotional intensity of being human in a way that's, like, all-encompassing. She's both very connectable and relatable. She's fun, she's entertaining. But she also has this emotional side that sort of shines through. Oh. What I ended up doing with my, diploma from graphic design is, I started asking around to friends and family for people that needed anything. I got one person, one of my friend's mothers, had a boyfriend who, needed some graphic design work done. And I did so poorly on that job. It was terrible. It was an embarrassment. And, I got a bit of cash. It certainly wasn't enough to move out. Full disclosure, I'm still living with my parents, which is why, even at 28, I want to have my own space, and, my parents still have a very large impact on the things I do with my life. So even now, I've reapplied to college to go into video game design. My dad is willing to help pay me through it because, you know, last things that I tried didn't work out and I didn't really have much of a say in it. I was just doing things because I was told to do them. That's a whole other story. I mentioned the, medications I was taking before. That's an entire can of worms that I do believe is a story worth saying, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that deal with this. Oops. I jumped too early. Oh, what a dirtbag. Just pushes me off. Okay, what was I saying? Yeah, just, lots of stuff. Super Sonico. She wasn't a VTuber, she was, a mascot who somehow managed to get her own anime and video games. She was originally a mascot for a brand of headphones. Can you believe that? How about... no. How about you're at the end of the line? Okay. Super Sonico VTuber model for a crossover, I would die. Oh! I'm not gonna do that. I don't know where I'm gonna end up, but wherever I end up, I want my color to be green. I like green because it is the color of growing things. It is the first color that I think of when I think of the world. Lots of people think of blue. I think of green. Of course Supersonico has a channel. Why wouldn't she? Everyone loves her. I've never actually watched her anime. I only know she exists and how she exists, and nothing else. Oh boy, I'm walking through a tunnel of teeth and logs and sharp things. Hooray! Nothing says fun like being put through danger. Maybe I will look her up. I'm sure that whatever is on that channel can't be all that bad. Oh, another VTuber that I very much enjoyed. Well, I didn't watch her that much, but Kizuna Ai. She was definitely the first real trend center in VTubing. She really popularized it. And then a bunch of other companies came in and started really bringing things up. And, you know, Cover definitely played a huge part in that. I have so much respect for them. Drinking water, by the way. Oh, and Any Color. I would say that they're definitely deserving of some respect as well. There's a number of their talents that I've, you know, caught my eye, but I haven't actually invested all that much time into watching their content.
Hold it right there, son. Now, just what in the Sam Hill do you think you're doing in there?
I was just looking for a way out.
Oh, sorry about that. Didn't think you'd get to the end so fast. Dang, I didn't think you'd get to the end at all. You surprised me out there, kid. Here, you've earned your first Psychonaut.
One of the things that I would also suggest is, based on my experience with my own work, there's a lot of stuff that I used to be super proud of. So keep working until you think the stuff you were proud of sucked. Because with me, I used to think a lot of the stuff I did was amazing, and as I kept improving, I realized the stuff I used to make, the stuff that I used to be super proud of, was terrible. I still have a level of fondness for it, but the real sign that you've improved a lot is being able to say to yourself, wow, I used to make that and be proud of it. That is the moments that you have really improved. So keep working towards that. And keep trying new things too. That is a big thing.
What's that, hair boy? You want a piece of me?
Hey, Brainiacs, settle down.
Plot.
You worried I'm gonna hurt your boyfriend?
No.
Plot.
Because Sasha 9 is standing right behind you.
I wonder how it would feel to have, like, 30 people, or, like, 1,000 people all talking at the same time.
Ooh, Raz the Spaz is gonna be in a
That would be a
special
fantasy.
class.
A dream come true for
Remind
me.
to give him a special beating later, okay?
These tests are unauthorized, though, so I can't actually ask you to come.
Well, I'm very happy to have you to talk to.
Happen to drop in.
I love talking to people. Engaging in conversations is really what I'm here for.
Remember, your talent will always set you apart, Rasputin.
But what about all the other stuff I said?
Sometimes isolation is a
Man,
good
why do I
thing.
keep doing that?
It can lead
I say,
to
this is the one reason I'm here.
discoveries.
And then I say a different thing, and I'm like, this is the one reason I'm here.
I don't even know what your lab
Then I
is.
say another different thing, and I
this
say,
some
this
kind
is the
of
one
test?
reason... It's a pattern.
Sometimes
It's a
isolation
way I
is a
talk,
good
I
thing.
guess, that I need to work
It can
on.
lead to important discoveries.
And now I'm here.
I'm gonna drink some water.
Great.
I should at least try and beat 2 levels of the game. It's only been an hour, though. So now we get to explore the rest of the map of Whispering Rock Psychic Summer Camp. Oh boy!
No passing.
But I need to get to Sasha 9's secret lab.
I'm still holding
Maybe
the
you should have thought
button.
of that before.
I did think of that before. That's why I'm here now.
Exactly. Now you gotta pay the toll. 1 arrowhead. Hey,
One arrowhead.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yep, that's an arrowhead.
How'd they get here?
Frankie, the new kid can't be this dumb, right? The camp's built on an Indian burial ground, and...
Oh my gosh! Indians buried their dead here?
Oh no!
I hope not. No, stupid. They buried their arrowheads here. They're hidden underground, but they let out a little gas once in a while. Just like Coach Oleander. So if you see any of that stuff, just pull them right out. Like truffles.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me have one of yours.
I am curious as to how many people are watching. That's something that I've been told you should never look at, but it's always something that I'm kind of interested in. I imagine even now I'm not holding down too many people. You've been here. But, I don't know. There's always more to be learned. More to be seen.
So
Improvements to be made.
Hey, where'd he go?
Never stop improving. That's what I say.
How does that old guy get around so fast?
Okay, now on to the rest of the camp. This guy's still looking for the bear.
I'll let you know if I see anything.
Squirrels. I wonder if the way I interact with them changes their view of me. Which won't matter for quite some time. But it is a cool aspect of the game. And you can actually hear him, Coach Oleander, sleeping on the microphone. Which I think is a very neat addition to the game. And now, I believe I should be able to... Oh, I missed. Whoopsie. Oh look, the beach. I'm not going to the beach. I want to go over... Oh, there they are.
Hey, it's the king
Oh,
of the obstacles!
I mentioned smiling depression earlier, didn't I? These two are the definition of it.
Must be a psychonaut by now.
Yeah, or even a double psychonaut.
I feel bad for them.
No, not yet. But soon.
That's something that actually needs some explaining for you to fully understand. Well, maybe a bit of explaining. I'm sure that definitely hints at something, but prior to me mentioning that, it may have just been very suspicious behavior.
Hey, what are you guys doing up here?
Writing cheers!
Oh yeah, writing cheers. Wanna hear one?
Writing cheers.
Ready? Okay! When I grow up,
Hey, what you gonna be?
I'm gonna be the best, just like my main homie,
And when you say homie, whose horn might you be tootin'?
the mind-reading psycho thriller.
Oh, you must mean Rasputin.
Yeah! Raz! Go Raz! Woohoo!
I don't like their cheers.
On the main store, we have a special on Dream Fluffs. You hear me? Dream Fluffs. They're good for you. Keep a pocket full of these for a quick boost of mental health.
Okay. Yeah. I would say if you're going to college for anything, make sure that there's a particular practical use for what you want to learn. Otherwise, or something... Yeah, no, that's complicated, I guess. There's also the difference between college and university. If you go to college, well, here in Canada, the difference is at college you get yourself a diploma. So it's not really considered to be as good as university. So like, if I went to university, which I did eventually try, I'll explain that later, but since I didn't go to university to start with and didn't complete a degree, I can't go to Japan and teach English using one of the programs we have. If you've been to college and you do have a degree, I would highly suggest, especially if you're in North America, look into if you can go to Japan and teach English, because I've heard that's a really great experience and it would probably help you figure out where you want to go next. So definitely look into that. What was I saying? Oh, I went on like 3 different tangents right there. I did try going to university. It was on the suggestion of my father to study business economics because I really did not like graphic design. So I ended up going there, and that was not... Well, I was getting through it, but then 2020 hit. And I, not fun. I ended up trying to work from home for a bit and realized, oh, I can't study at home. This is not possible. And then I stopped going to... Or, I took a month off. No, not a month. A semester off, and, yeah, the student loans did not like that I was taking a semester off. They got very angry at me and said, you gotta pay us immediately. We're going to start charging you interest right away. So I didn't end up going back to university. Yeah, not fun times. Not there anyway. I find it so fascinating that this platform I'm on is levitating. But, like, normally I would think, gee, that's weird. Do you have what is considered to be a degree? Like, would a government consider what you have to be a degree, or is it technically a diploma? If it's a degree, you can teach English in Japan. They'll help you with that. I don't think it matters if it was from a community college, as long as it's technically a degree. Then again, I live in Canada, and I know what the requirements for the JET program in Canada are. I'm pretty sure that they're the same thing, though. Like, the program was extended to both Canada and the US, depending on where you are. I only assume the US because... why do I assume the US? Dunno. My brain just thinks like that, I guess.
Remember to keep filling up those scavenger hunt forms. We got a couple of big promotions for the winner.
5 years? I would think, yeah, that does sound like it'd be a degree. Degrees tend to be 5 years, I think. 4 or 5 years, somewhere in that range. Yep, you are most likely, yeah, 100% look into the JET program. That's J-E-T. I believe that it's the same program in the US as it is in Canada, but, like, if you're struggling now, I think that doing that would definitely help you. Because it gives you a chance to be somewhere else, to see a whole bunch of different culture, and actually get to experience a very different situation. I have personally been to Japan a few times. I believe I've been 4 times now. And I love that country to bits. If I could, I would move there. Because frankly, I don't like it here. Everything is so far apart. It's all like... If you want to get somewhere, you have 2 options. You get a car, or you suffer. The only thing consistent about the transit system around here is that you will be consistently late, no matter how early you leave. Good times. I use sarcasm a lot, can you tell? Oh, right. I, should probably start looking for some of the scavenger hunt things that I can get now. Well, I can collect those on the way to, where I'm going. Oh! There's a thing in this area that I totally missed and forgot to go get. Come on. I can do this. Yeah! Can't get that one yet. I can't get that one yet. The thing I loved about this game is that you could collect all the items. Psychonauts 2, you need to beat the game before you can collect all the items, and the fact that they did that just... not a good way to force you to have replayable fun. Did not enjoy that. I'll definitely have to go and replay Psychonauts 2, though. You just came back from Japan? I don't know if they have that. I'm fairly certain that the JET program is very specifically for you to teach English in Japan. But it is over a longer period of time, which is why I would suggest it, because going there for a couple weeks is definitely very different from being in Japan for a longer period of time. I know, Psychic Bear. He has the abilities of telekinesis. He can hurt me with his brain. There's a bear in this cave as well. I don't want to deal with that. I'm gonna jump in here, though.
Hey! Welcome, would you?
Outside the main lodge, yes.
Outside the main lodge.
Oh, bring me back a burger this time, will you?
If there's anything that you could probably get out of being in Japan for a longer period of time, if you want to get into animation, Japan is a good place to, you know, learn by experiencing and seeing. So keep working on your drawing and your, yeah, mainly drawing, I'd say. Do the most difficult thing you can imagine, and keep working until you reach a much higher level of perfection than you thought you could. I give terrible advice. I'm basically suggesting you torture yourself with forced drawing until you are better. I feel like that is not the best solution, but at the same time, it's probably better than doing nothing.
Oh, I knew that. I was
And just being sad.
You knew where Sasha Nine's lab was, because I do.
He's lying. What was I... There's an item in this area that I'm looking for. I am well aware of what North Americans look like. Let's say that. All I can say is, oh, if you're nervous about speaking publicly, then push yourself to do things that make you uncomfortable. That's like my solution to most things. Pushing yourself to do things that you would not normally do makes you learn. It's experience. In any video game, you gain experience by doing stuff, right? Same thing with real life. It's an example of art imitating life. So, it's all about getting out there, fighting your monsters, so to speak. And then improving. Learn the skills and the ways around, and in time, you will become better at it all. There is no fall damage. That is awesome. I'm so used to games these days with fall damage. Everything is fall damage. Oh, you dropped like 3 feet? Congratulations, you broke both your legs because realism! Sorry, Also, I don't really worry too much about, romance on the topic of, you know, beautiful women. Yeah, there's that, but there's so much more for me personally to do that I just decided, you know what? Forget trying to find love. I've got plenty of other stuff I want to do. Life is a very long road. Besides, I don't want to be held down by some aspects of the world that I think aren't that great to begin with. In this circumstance, What do you mean? Or how do you mean? I don't quite understand what you mean. Item. Up in the tree. It's like telling the cow to walk to 2 legs and run a marathon. It's like telling a cow to walk on 2 legs and run a marathon. What is? Trying to do things that are very uncomfortable? Wooden pipe. Wonder if I can learn some speedrunning strategies for this game. Do I want to speedrun it? I mean, it is a game I love. Ah! I mean, I can definitely see how that could feel like it's the case. Public speaking is the most common fear. And if you can master it, or even get over it, that puts you a few steps ahead again above the next guy. But I will not lie, it is an awkward and spooky experience. I would say it's more like trying to pull a skittish horse through a haunted house. It is going to be very difficult, and it's going to be unpleasant, and the horse is going to be scared. I have more Dakimakura than I care to admit. I'm right there with you. But that's another thing that I, want to be a VTuber for. To talk out against people that are, shaming virgins. Especially by comparing us to, the worst people on Earth. It's an insult directed at people that are genuinely horrible. And then we get hit in the crossfire even if we've done nothing wrong. That vilifies us for no reason, aside from being lonely and hurt sucks, and it's painful. And to attempt to exploit that pain in order to hurt others because they feel angry, or the people that are slinging insults feel angry and want to hurt someone. They're just apathetically hurting more people than they even intended. So somebody needs to talk out against it, and frankly, I want to be that guy. Because nobody else that's in, major in streaming is doing that. It's all, oh, sexuality is free, anyone can do that. While completely ignoring that there's a lot of people that, never get the chance, that feel alone, unloved, and, no one cares. Well, I care. And screw the people that are being mean. You don't have to be mean in order to stand up for others. As a matter of fact, I would say being mean in order to stand up for others is antithetical to the entire idea. Antithetical meaning the opposite. It's working in the wrong direction. For anyone that's watching the VOD later. Also, if you're watching the VOD later, hi!
Hey, was that you? Looking at me?
Maybe you should try getting over yourself? There were a lot of other people on that stage besides you.
No, just now. In the woods. No. It must have been something else. You don't smell like pond scum.
Nice. You should write greeting cards.
There's some sort of shadowy being out there. Lurking. Watching.
Imagine getting a greeting card that says, "Hi, you don't smell like pond scum. You're not the most horrible person on Earth." Is that a backhanded compliment?
Who?
You, tree sitter!
I should talk about Miku at some point. I am a very big Miku fan.
Well, I'm doing some advanced I don't think new kid is really a name that you want to get too used to saying.
Hold on there. You're not doing Sasha Nine's advanced training that he does in his secret underground lab, are you? Hidden deep within the iron walls of the GPC, where no one can hear you screaming?
Why, yes, I am.
Sakes alive.
Well, nice knowing you.
Here, birdie birdie.
I see. That sucks, man. That's the thing about love. We don't get to make real decisions past, you know, taking the steps we can. After that, it's up to the people around us. Or the people we're talking to decide what they want to do. So, the fact that some individuals think it's okay to hurt others for getting hurt is not okay. But it's fine for people to say no to us. Everyone has their own thoughts and decisions. So, it's really not something either of us can do about. The best we can hope for is that we're given the chance to just move on our own. You know, we try, we fail, we move forward. There's no reason for someone else to come into the mix and start attacking us because we don't fit their mold. I think the last time I asked someone out was grade 11 in high school. That was an interesting period in time. I'm not sure if I want to tell that story right now, but
I saw Nils peeking into a
not
hole
that
in the
great.
girl's cabin.
I think ultimately I was the best person I could be, but it was just weird. That point in our lives is a weird time, and it's something that's been played up in media like, oh, this is the best point in your life. The way I see it, the reality is, it is not the best point in our lives. It is the time of which society wants us to get our silliness out of our system, and by silliness I mean our desire to be free and able to make our own decisions before we're forced to fit in tiny boxes and work as effectively meat fodder for society to, you know, throw at the wall while other rich people, you know, live out their happiness. It isn't about what's right and wrong to them. It's more about who fits inside the right boxes. That's a whole other thing, though. The world's a crazy place, and I will say that till the cows come home, then go out again, then come home again, 1,000,000 times over. I need to go and save Maloof. He is trapped in the... what is it? GPC, the Geodesic Psycho-Isolation. Wait. Geodesic Psycho-Isolation...
Thanks.
I think that's 2 of the letters.
What is this thing?
It's a GPC, a geodesic psycho-isolation chamber.
Oh, chamber.
Man, cool.
Cool? Do you have any idea what this does?
Something cool.
No. It's a 6-sensory deprivation tank. A hermetically sealed metaphysical hotbox. It's solitary confinement for psychics.
Nasty. And the coach locked you inside it?
Nah, the staff hasn't put any kids in the GPC since the 50s. Bobby threw me in here.
Boolean dwarf accomplice should assault own size or larger only. While in cooler, Perhaps notice gigantic bear with skin where hair should be?
I didn't see anything in there. That's the whole point.
Just so. Empty now. Good luck, small ones.
Hey,
Oof.
wait.
Poor Maloof. Okay, what was I talking about? Yeah. Pain is difficult to deal with. Especially for us guys, because the thing that we're taught from a very young age, or at least in my experience, is that we don't have emotions. It is wrong for us to feel anything other than anger. Which I don't think is right. And, you know, if you ask anyone on the street, they'll say, oh, that's not true. But it is true. It is very much true. It's just... it's so implicit. It's so baked into what it means to be a North American man that nobody needs to say it's true for it to be true. It just sort of is. You know? Or maybe I'm just crazy. Am I crazy? Or perhaps I'm oversimplifying things. The idea of... what is it? An implicit societal contract or something like that? I don't remember the exact terminology, but the idea being there are things that we all do, but don't say that we have to do, but if you don't do them, it's considered rude. Alternatively, there are things that if you do, it's considered rude. But those things that aren't illegal, but they're frowned upon, that's sort of the same thing. It's all part of the same idea. I can see the card up there, but I can't reach it because I don't have... oh, I reached it. Never mind, I take back what I said. Anyway, what I was saying was, some things are wrong, and we know they're wrong, but they happen anyway, because that's just the way society is. But I don't like the idea of just saying, that's just how it is, and then leaving it there. If you do that, nothing will ever change, and nothing will ever get better. Unfortunately, if you rock the boat, people are gonna get angry.
Here for the advanced training.
So, it's all a matter of finding the balance between pissing off people and, avoiding
So what are we
that.
gonna learn? Bending spoons? Burning stuff? I've been hearing a lot about head explosion, and I was wondering...
Science, Rasputin. That's
Science.
what we practice down here, not parlor tricks. If you are serious about exploring the possibilities of your mind, step up to the brain tumbler, and we'll begin.
Brain
Ah, the brain tumbler. Do you know the brain tumbler? Use the brain tumbler.
Is this gonna hurt?
Step up to the brain tumbler when you're ready.
So, what's this hairdryer thing do?
Ah, you're ready for the brain tumbler.
The
With
brain
this
tumbler.
device, we will send you deep into your own psyche, where you should find...
I guess I'm just a bit tired right now,
unparalleled
which is
insight
why I'm not
and
going
power.
too deep into my own stories.
Tumble
There's
away.
also the addition of,
Just relax.
you know, I feel
Unless
a
something
little
really
anxious
very
about
bad
talking about
happens.
that kind of stuff. I've already talked about a lot of stuff, and I try to be an open book, but, there's always more to be learned, especially about me. That is
Not yet.
something you
You're
can
still traveling
definitely
to the astral plane. This is
learn.
a tiny corner of what we call the collective unconscious, a place in which all of our unconscious minds are connected. You have just begun your training, Rasputin, so many of the connections with other minds are still not developed for you, and those doorways remain just out of reach. But
Huh.
the more you explore the mental
I wonder if
world,
it is
the
a
more
similar voice
connections
actor.
will form. Right now, the only unconscious world you can enter
I remember
is that
Squirrel Boy.
your own. Step through it, and we'll continue.
That was a weird one. Rodney. Yeah, actually, I can kind of hear it in Raz's voice. Who played Raz? I don't know. I think around the 2-hour mark, I'll end stream.
Rasputin, can you hear me?
Sasha? Where am I?
You are inside your own mind, but I'm not sure
Inside your own mind.
What can you see?
I see a rundown gypsy caravan.
Do you recognize it?
Yes.
Oh, hey, Doom Raider.
It's where I was.
Welcome to the stream.
I see. Compelling.
It is by far my favorite game, and there is so much that I should have talked about that I did not talk about during this playthrough. I'm definitely going to need to re-record. You know what? Maybe I should just record a bunch of footage and then use that footage to talk about the game and all the things in it that I sincerely love. Oh, these are all Raz's memories. See? He really is from the circus. I have no idea how, what's his face? The bully. I forgot his name. He's really into that. And then, that is an entire story arc that is not completed until the next game. So, he likes the idea of being psychic. He knows he's psychic. And his family, not a big fan of psychics. So, he broke into the family caravan and stole a tiny horse. And then made it here. The Whispering Rock Psychic Summer Camp. And that's his story of his escape. Now, oh, I need to go in the other side.
Sasha, I'm going inside the caravan.
What do you see inside?
Oh no, the static, it stopped. It's all an egg. I should have known.
Rasputin, are you okay?
A lot of this game deals with metaphors,
What do you
so...
see now?
A bunny.
I see a small, bunny-like animal thing.
An unfamiliar animal entity in a dream often represents a primal fear or memory. Follow it, and it should lead you somewhere important.
There's so much that I could be saying, but my
Mr.
brain
Bunn,
is
you and I are
flummoxed
gonna
at the
be
moment.
tight. Wherever you go, I go. Like two peas
I wonder why
in
it
a
is I talk like
pod.
this.
Come back here.
I use big words all the time. I guess I'm just really comfortable using big words, but it makes other people uncomfortable. Curious. Well, sort of curious, I suppose. I know why I use big words, actually. Oh, hey. Oh, ow. Stupid plant. Get dead, plant. What was I saying? Oh yeah, why I use big words. Because big words are very specific. They help me explain ideas, and when I talk to myself, I use big words. Because they're efficient, and they help me get a lot of information in a very small amount of space. I don't own that game, so I don't think I'm gonna end up buying it. Because I don't have an income right now. Well, not a very sturdy one. There's also the matter of... When I started, I had sort of made an agreement with myself with no matter how close I get with any of my fans, I'm not gonna let myself be told what to do. I'll certainly consider it, but making sure that I don't get bossed around is a good part of what I want to do. Because if I start giving in to... Hang on. Oh, he threw a thing at me. It's a diving helmet. Okay, what was I saying? There's still a cutscene to be had.
We need to try that again.
Oh, I don't think I need to be in the tumbler with the glowy eye guys anymore.
Suit yourself. You know, in many tribal societies, learning to defeat the monsters you see in your dreams is considered a rite of passage. I can train you to fight. Come see me when you're ready.
Okay, so, what was I saying? Yeah, I need to be firmly opposed to any kind of peer pressure. I will certainly consider it. I will write down the name, Sonicomi. I think that's the Sonico game, isn't it? So, I'll consider it, but I will make no promises. as simply a rule of... Oh, what would be the term to use for that? Self-discipline? Or morality? No. There's an item over there. I'm not sure if I can make it. A rule of something. Rule of thumb? Maybe? Yeah, it's the Sonico picture-taking game. So, I'll keep it on my radar, but I will make no promises about playing any specific games. It's important to keep in mind that my goal is to lay out the guide, to mark the path, not to be the one who personally guides everyone. There's also a non-zero chance that anything can happen. So, I worry about what could happen if I make a mistake somewhere at some point. So, also keeping in mind what people care about and not treading on anyone's toes is important too. That is completely unrelated to what we're talking about now. My brain just connects a billion things together all at the same time. It's difficult for me to fully put into words because I don't actually get to talk about that kind of stuff all that often. It's been quite a while since I've actually gotten to speak this freely about what goes on in my head. So, definitely freeing, but at the same time, I worry about how much I say goes over a lot of people's heads. I don't know, though. It's impossible for me to know how smart I am or how smart other people are until I've spoken to them for long enough. Have you ever read the story Flowers for Algernon? It's a fairly well-known story because it's been parodied in TV shows like The Simpsons and... Oh, now I'm blanking on the other shows. I think Futurama, probably Family Guy at some point. Effectively, the plot of the story is this guy named Charlie, very much a stupid guy, gets a medical procedure to make him incredibly smart. And he goes from being able to, you know, be happy with everything to being able to understand everything but feeling incredibly lonely. It's something that I can relate to quite a bit because there are times where I start conversations and I feel like they're going really well, and then I keep talking and talking and the things I say keep going over people's heads and I just feel alone. If that makes sense. So it's impossible for me to know how smart other people are, is what I'm saying. I want to go to...
Let's go to Ford's... my sanctuary.
Yeah.
Yes, noble Psycho Master.
I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out my ass. There's no way for me to know completely for sure.
You finally made it.
It's an honor to finally meet you in person, sir. I thought I recognized you in my dream, but I couldn't be sure. Now that I see you in your element, there's no doubt.
I need to get more water. I am out of water.
The greatest leader the Psychonauts ever had.
Well, you shouldn't believe everything you read in True Psychic Tales magazine. In recognition of your hard work,
cool.
dedication, and mental agility, I'm proud
Mental agility.
upon you the official
Wait, mental or physical?
Pyrokinesis.
I can set stuff on fire with my brain. Ba 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 ba. Burn.
Cool. I can't wait to burn. Hey, what are we doing?
Reminds me of when I went through my pyro phase as a kid. I used to burn things in my sink. That was definitely not the safest thing I ever took interest in.
Yes, I heard you were raised in the circus. But why would you want to burn all these happy memories here?
If they were happy memories, I wouldn't have run away. My dad, he hates psychics, and he knew I was becoming one. So all day long, he would force me to practice my acrobatics, hoping to distract me, or maybe hoping to kill me. I never was sure.
Now why are you still talking when you could be burning stuff? Burn them.
Makes me think. Oh, shut up, Cruller. I'm trying to think here.
Great, great.
Cool, I'm burning stuff.
You're getting warmer.
Thinking about this makes me realize a lot about
Rasputin,
how I've.
mental focus on this last one and hold it while you use your pyrokinesis
Okay, cool.
power.
Burn.
Yes. Excellent.
Cool. What was I saying? What Rasputin just did. The way he's uncertain and worried about how his father views him. That's something that, I guess, has gone through my mind a lot. What I know is, the way my dad treats me is because he cares about me a lot, and he doesn't want to see me fail in a field he's worried won't really work. He grew up in a very different time and thinks very differently from me. I know that I have a lot of skills and abilities that would make me excel at, streaming. But it's something that's very foreign to him. And a lot of the things I want to do, he doesn't really understand, so when he pushes me away from doing things like these, he's trying to protect me. And that's something that I think most of us overlook. We treat each other poorly, not always out of malice, but out of a desire to protect. It might be misguided, but it's always because we care about people. It's part of why I care about humanity and why I want to do things for others that will help make life a little easier. It's a very difficult and dangerous line I intend to walk, but I intend to hold my head high and do the best I can. Okay.
I need to learn how to fight better.
He wants to teach you advanced combat on your first day?
Yeah, I had a vision with a huge monster with yellow eyes and a big mouth full of gnashing teeth.
Did it happen to spit anything at you?
Yeah, I think it was like an old diving helmet or something.
I see.
Diving helmets, of course.
Yes, well, we'd better get you armed.
Why? What's happening?
Oh, nothing. Prepare
Nothing.
That's the motto of the Psychonauts. Here, this is a marksmanship learner's permit. It will only work when you're in Sash's mind. Once you complete his shooting range, you'll get the real merit badge and you can blast anywhere you want.
Woo!
Thanks.
This is where we fight the first boss.
Find out. Now get going. We can't have the camp over.
Are you excited for the first boss?
Spitting monsters, can we?
No, sir.
If you're excited, say woo! I'd better get going.
Good luck, Rasputin.
Thanks. I'll need it.
Don't worry. I'll be right here with you.
My head?
Yep. I want to keep my
Oh yeah,
eye
the
on
bacon.
you, son, so I'm going to be a psychic stowaway inside your noggin. If you ever want to make me appear,
Good times.
you can do it with this special device.
Is that a piece of bacon?
I need to spend a lot more time streaming as well. I don't think that I'm where I need to be.
I drop everything and come running.
I'm not sure though.
Do you have like a little
I have to
baggie or
keep
something
working.
we can put this in?
I can't slow down now.
That right here.
From this day forth, I am intending to stream 3 times a week. Then, once I reach day 60, I intend to start streaming probably 4, maybe 5 times a week. We'll see how things are. I might start off with upping to... Actually, maybe I should start streaming 2 times a week, currently, from today forth. So, what day is it today? Saturday? What 2 days would work best? And I also want to keep working on the video every day. It's more of an endurance trial to try and push myself to get better at everything. Hard to say. There's a lot of training I still need to do. Well, in my own mind. Actually, I don't know how much training I actually need to do before I'm at a point that I'll be really happy with what I'm creating. Right now, I sincerely think that I'm making okay things. I want to be making great things. Agent 9's lab.
With pleasure.
So, I guess my plan from here... keep working, keep making things, stream more often, keep working, keep making things. Repeat. And then eventually be good enough that I will be great.
Check it out.
Excellent. Well,
That makes sense, right?
house is covered. Are you sure you are
Right,
ready
guys?
to do this?
Right?
Could be dangerous.
Yep, let's get started.
Are you gonna pull me into your mind like the coach did?
No offense, but it's time you saw what an organized mind looks like.
Organized mind. One of the best things about this game is the way it all looks, the way it all feels. If I were to make my own map in this game, or in this universe, I think I know exactly what it would look like. And it'd probably be way bigger than any map that they have here. But that's
Welcome to my mind.
more likely because...
It's so empty. I mean...
There's more here
I don't
than
know.
meets the eye, but I've learned to keep it
I guess
under
because
strict
of
control,
it being a
and
video
that's what
game,
I'm
they do
going
need to
teach
limit a lot
you.
of things.
Control your feelings, your fears, your anger. You must learn to control them, focus them, concentrate them, and release them.
As therapy?
No, as firepower.
I don't know if I would
Say
want to go
something
with
hideous,
reaction-based
horrible jumps
content,
out at you.
but that
Something
is something
so
that I haven't tried yet.
disgusting that it
Oh,
simply must
I
die.
gotta make reaction video. A reaction video.
So tacky.
At least
can't
one.
Look directly at it, but I control those feelings, focus them, concentrate, and release. And the world is a better place.
Ah.
Your turn.
Neat. He has goggles.
Well done, Raz. Keep shooting. Well done, Raz.
Excellent. A victory.
I'm
for
pretty
good
good at this.
taste. Now you must strive for precision when targeting. Say you were set upon by multiple attackers. But you need to
I'm definitely
dispense
still
with
gonna
them in a
want to
certain
try
order.
and do something with that
Eliminate
first
these
Psychonauts
monsters in
episode.
the proper sequence, and we can move
I
on to
don't
the
know-
next lesson.
I have much thinking going on in my brain.
Good. Again. Now then.
Is it thinking that's going on in my brain? I think my brain is just saying,
Well,
Hmm,
it sure seemed a lot
tired.
bigger in my head.
Problems often seem larger in our heads than they really
I'm almost
are.
at 2
That's
hours,
an
though.
important lesson to learn.
But
This is a sensor, an
Yeah.
integral part of any sane
I think I
person's
know what's going on
mind.
here.
The sensors roam
My
through
brain
your
is
psyche,
tired. I need to
looking
train
for
my way up in
thoughts,
streaming
belong,
ability.
hallucinations,
So I will continue
waking
making
dreams.
videos,
The sensors hunt
and I
them
will
down,
start streaming
censor
2
them.
times a week.
why do they come
Then when I
after me?
reach day 40, I will start
Yes,
streaming
but you
3
are
times a week.
foreign entity in my mind.
Day
You
50,
technically don't
I'll
belong
start
here.
streaming
Yes, but I was attacked in my own
4 times a week.
Yes, well, the
Then
brain tumbler could be
I'm just gonna keep
malfunctioning,
going
or
up
you could be insane.
until
We'll
I
test for
hit
that
5
later.
times a
For
week
now,
for
blast
streaming.
it.
I also want to increase the amount of time I stream for. I think for now, I should start working on
It was
hour
just
and a half
water.
to an hour,
And
or
it's not
hour
dead.
to an hour and a
It's
half.
just returned to its basic form, raw psychic
Hooray! Raw psychic energy. It's good for
As
my
you
mental
absorb
health.
This energy, your mental health increases, but as you psyblast, you expend your will to do damage. So be on the lookout for these small, dense clusters of
Small,
raw
dense
psychic
clusters
aggression.
of emotional
Absorb
anger.
these as well to make sure you always have enough firepower.
Now I'll leave the machine.
Okay,
on so you can
I'm
practice.
going to
You have
then
blast
finish
1,000
this
sensors to
cutscene,
earn your marksmanship
and then I will
merit.
say final
Come back
goodbyes,
every day
and
for
then
practice,
I will
and you should
end
have
stream.
enough in as little as 3 weeks.
3 weeks. I only have a few days to earn all my merit badges and become a psychonaut.
Slow and steady wins the race, my eager young friend. Now practice, slowly and carefully.
Oh, man.
Oh man. Okay. And with that, I'm gonna end the stream here. I've outlined my plan moving forward, and I know exactly what I want to do. So, thanks for coming by, everybody. Thanks, and I will see you